want to take you through my artist journey and how I am becoming an illustrator. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be an artist. I wanted to be a cartoonist. I wanted to be a comic book artist. But no matter how I tried and how hard I tried, it was very difficult for perspective and for getting the same picture twice, like the face, getting a face to look the same more than once. And I sort of gave up on that dream, and then I started to write, and I got a regular job, but it was not a regular job that I liked. So I would write and draw occasionally when I had a project that someone wanted me to do, but it wasn't the same. I wasn't doing it full time. And then one day I said, this book is pretty good that I'm writing. It needs illustrations, it needs art for the cover. And I wasn't sure what to do because, art is so expensive. So I came up with a plan that I would save up and buy a used iPad because it was a lot better than having to draw out the scene, paint it or color it in, and then photograph it, which sometimes is good for inside illustrations, but I wasn't doing inside illustrations. I was doing a cover. And my illustrations, though, look good in a book, they don't look good as a cover. So I saved up, got an Apple Pencil, a used iPad, so it was pretty inexpensive. Everything was $250, maybe a little more than that, under $300. And I started doing the illustrations for covers, and they came out, the way I was doing them, they were coming out pretty good. And I was making a lot of Jane Austen covers, and I thought maybe I should just sell Jane Austen covers and the rights to the covers on Etsy or Fiverr or something like that. I thought maybe I should just do a line of Jane Austen books like Pride and Prejudice and stuff, and with new covers. Of course, I looked it up, and then online, and you need 10 pictures to make a new illustration, to take public domain and upload it. I'm like, that's not a lot. And then I looked up the art that was in those books, and a lot of them were AI. They weren't very good. I know that one of the Pride and Prejudice definitely used Perchance. The issue with Perchance, you have to generate a lot to get very little, because a lot of times they'll have third hands, and they'll have an extra leg, and where's that body part coming from? You do not know. The only good thing about it is it's been trained on very few faces. So the girl will look the same and the guy will look the same, but they don't look exactly human. They have issues. And they cannot do Regency dress. So they said it's Pride and Prejudice, but in modern dress, trying to cover up that they use such a cheap program, it's a free program. I've played around with it before. It's fun, but it's not good enough for illustrations. So I thought, oh my gosh, that is just so sad that is what people are getting now, because when people put out the special edition books, they're limited time. They don't have them very often, and they come out and then they go away. And I thought, oh, people should have a Pride and Prejudice illustrated copy all the time. They shouldn't have to wait 10 years before someone puts out another book, and they're usually very expensive. They're $50, and I'm like, and it's $54 for the bad AI one with Perchance, and I'm like, oh no. So I just decided to try to make illustrations, even though I didn't know if I could. I learned how to do cut and paste. So even if I can't redo that face again to make them look exactly the same, I can cut that little face out, put it on a body, change the hair, change the outfit, because I can do those well as long as it's not the exact same outfit, and redo and redo and refresh and work it out that way. And that's what I've been doing. I've been using the tricks of the iPad to be able to illustrate in a way that I never could before because of my perspective problems and everything else. And that is now my journey. I have tried to illustrate books in the past, and every kind of book was going to be one-off art, but the photographs did not come out well. And it wasn't that the art wasn't good, it was just art with watercolor, which does not come out well all the time when you photograph it. So I made an entire book with the most amount of art for any Jane Austen novel. If you are excited about this project, you can go and you can support it because it's going into Kickstarter. It's in pre-launch right now. The link is down here, and I will post the QR code. If you don't want to deal with that, you can just go through QR code to get to it. And I hope you love it because I actually had a lot of fun making this. It was so good to stretch my ability and to learn new skills while I was making this book. And I made 4. I made 4 books because I wanted backing tiers that I didn't have to pay for, and that so I could offer the most amount of books for the least amount of money, because everyone who gets the $25 package, they get so much with that. Plus, I'm working on doing more digital products that are printable at home. So along with your ebook, you get things and keepsakes that no one else is going to get. Thank you for watching this, and I hope you have a great day.
Scrolling on a screen, velvet blues, emerald greens, the prettiest thing I've seen. Elizabeth and Darcy illustrated like a promise made. Sentimental feelings in my heart, sentimental right from the start.